Tune in to the Elite Report with Dorian Brown and Tyler Coleman.
Hello, everyone. This is Dorian Brown.
Tyler Coleman on the call, baby.
And this is the Elite Report presented to you by Elite Amateur Sports. What a week, man.
It was a good week in St. Louis football. Well, at least for us.
Yeah, because we got to see some good football, some good a good rivalry game, and then we got to see some national talent,
which is real cool.
Which is always a great thing.
Yes, sir.
You got to talk to a Michigan commit, one of your prize teams that you love.
Yeah, he was a Quentin Johnson. He was a remarkable young man. He was real well spoken, I felt like, and he was. I'm happy to have him.
Yeah,
amazing blue.
I see you even took a picture, man. You even took a picture.
Yes, sir. I got to also talk to Alabama running back commit too, so that was also pretty cool.
Man, future stars at the next level, I would say.
Let's get into that recap, man.
So let's get into the recap, man. We got Friday night, man. We was at Cardinal Ritter for the game of the week. Cardinal Ritter versus St. Mary's. If you don't know, that is a rivalry game.
It is. North side versus south side.
You right. You got a little bit of ties with that.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. We talked to Coach Bethany before the game. He looked so focused, man.
He did look focused. Had the hat on.
Had the hat on. He looked like he was the hand on the chin, rubbing the beard. You know,
he was dialed in for sure.
He was dialed in,
and you could tell he was dialed in, and the team was pretty dialed in for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, they were. The progress they made from week 1
when we've seen them,
to week 6 is impressive. That defense locked down on a very, very, very talented Cardinal Ritter offense.
Yeah, I was impressed with the defense to start out for the first 3 quarters, but after. Cardinal Ritter just had way too much firepower.
The depth was there. The depth, like you can tell that St. Mary's is young, and they like after the halftime they didn't have the same energy to me.
Agreed.
When they came out, and
they did come out and score a quick touchdown.
They did, but the defense didn't.
Oh yeah, have
that same. The offense was clicking. Mm-hmm. Cardinal Ritter let them in too, though. Yeah. To me,
hey. Luther Burden looked very, very, very good.
What did he say on that big catch?
He ran over and he said, "I'm the best freshman." So that was.
And if you guys don't know, Kevin Coleman has been lighting up everybody pretty much, and they have a rivalry. JFL, it goes to JFL. U City versus Herbert Hoover. You know, Team Elite versus the next generation. It was great back then. So Luther, the last 2 weeks, has been murdering people.
And he had a field day on last Friday as well.
Like a field day. Let me get you the stats. Luther had 5 receptions for 170 yards. With a touchdown, and it was an amazing touchdown. It was great defense by the St. Mary defender. Luther just made a play.
He did. Yeah. Like, I'm really, really digging the Cardinal Ritter quarterback. Had a couple slips, but he held that fort down, and he's been solid.
It was weird because the offense wasn't clicking, but they were clicking. Mm-hmm. He ended up with 447 yards going with 4 touchdowns, right? Yeah, 4 touchdowns. It didn't seem like it, but you look up and it's just like one big play after another, and that's what ended up prevailing them over St. Mary's.
The thing I liked about Higgins is he's a throw-first quarterback.
Yeah, he's throw-first, definitely.
And he made a couple plays rolling out or keeping plays alive to look downfield, so I thought that was something that was pretty good.
You make a good point. Young quarterbacks usually, when they scramble, they lose sight of looking down the field, but Higgins did a good job of making sure he kept his eyes downfield And for you young quarterbacks, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you keep your eyes downfield.
Let's get into the East St. Louis Belleville West game.
Yeah. Belleville West, what happened, man? What happened?
It was a blowout, I heard.
East St. ran that thing down their throat.
57-33, but we both picked East St. Louis.
Yes. I was close to picking Belleville West. I ain't gonna lie, I was close. So East St. knocks off Belleville West for the 18th straight Southwestern Conference. If you don't know, Southwestern Conference is the most competitive conference in Illinois. Definitely on the east, the western part of Illinois.
Yeah.
Like Edwardsville, Belleville West, Alden's usually decent.
I want to give a quick shout out to the East St. Louis football coaches, man. They present their swag.
Yeah,
where they just know, like, we here.
They don't hope to win, they expect to win.
Agreed.
And that's what the city of champions is all about.
Agreed.
They won 57-33. The junior running back DeMonte Witherspoon had 176 yards and a touchdown.
He does run that thing well.
Very, very well. But he wasn't even the leading rusher. Traven Swingler, 222 rushing yards and 4 TDs. 222.
They was on that grind.
That's like 400 yards right there.
Then I also see Tyler Macon got something on the ground.
Got busy too. He had 166 yards on the ground and a rushing TD. That's a lot of rushing yards.
So what it sounded like to me is they were pounding it in.
It sounded like they say, "Stop me if you can."
Agreed.
I dare you.
Agreed.
Then we go back to Friday night. Okay. Another game we highlighted was Francis Howell versus Fort Zumwalt West. Francis Howell beat Fort Zumwalt West 34 to 14 in a GAC South battle. Francis Howell quarterback Aiden Richardson finished the night with 397 yards, 15 out of 24.
Strong.
He's having a heck of a season so far.
Francis Howell, they just slowly keep creeping and they keep getting better, it looks like to me.
Yeah, they had a really, really rough schedule coming out the gate.
Start off 0-2.
And then they've been able to battle back. Now they're 4-2, 3-0 in the conference. Yeah. So shout out to Francis Howell. We got to go see them hopefully in the playoffs.
Then we got also a big heavyweight matchup between
a small but big.
Yeah.
Small but big.
Luther North versus MICDS.
Yes.
And that was a game that was
not for the weak at heart, man.
Yeah, because those two teams are physical.
A rivalry.
Physical.
This is the battle for the conference, and Luther North pulls it out 21-20. They was able to hold it down for the victory, and now conference champs.
Like we said, they've been battle tested.
Yeah.
So this game was just another way to show.
Even without this.
Because they finished.
Yeah.
They've been in a lot of close games, but they finished.
They finished. And no, you're right. The beginning of the season, you got your back against the wall. You're going out to Ohio and Illinois. You're fighting.
Play another top 7A Illinois school.
And now you come in conference play, and now you're ready.
You don't have
your senior quarterback.
No problem.
No problem. Put in Jordan Smith. We still gonna win.
Yeah.
And they pulled it out. Isaiah Azubuike, he rushed for 98 yards, and I believe he had a couple touchdowns. So he's always solid, man.
He is.
He's always gonna be there.
Azubuike's a really good player. But let's talk about the game.
Oh man.
The game.
Look here.
We got the number 4 team in the nation in St. John's from Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And we have the top large school team in St. Louis, the CBC Cadets.
Stronger than ever.
And the CBC Cadets brought out everything.
You know what? If you wasn't there, you missed a good game.
Hell of a football game.
You missed the college atmosphere.
I'm talking about
tailgating.
And they weren't tailgating. I'm talking about barbecue. Shout out to MJ Anderson's dad.
Man, look here. We getting so much love out in these streets. MJ Anderson's dad stopped us, asked us if we want anything to eat. Told my man Tyler, hey, come back.
Oh, I made that trip back.
Come back.
Tacos was on point. And he had some taco sauce. I don't know what kind. I don't know what he did, but it touched.
It was better than Taco Bell fire sauce.
Come on now. Stop playing with me, man.
Run for the border, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he was out there grilling. We seen our homie Mike Gerdine, assistant coach at St. Mary's.
CBC's
he was out there
finest.
Yeah, he was a CBC alumni. It was a beautiful thing to see. So then you get to the field.
We in the game now.
What we see? We see a battle, man.
A battle. We seen D1 talent all over the football field.
Bama, Michigan, Minnesota, Miami of Ohio,
4-star recruits.
Virginia Tech. Man, we see all these kids who are gonna leave their high school and transition into the college world, and they put on a show.
It was definitely a show. CBC, they fought hard.
CBC could have folded.
They could have.
First play out the gate for St. John, offensively.
Bomb.
A bomb. Like, boom. Touchdown. We like, whoa. We ain't seen this before. This CBC.
Mm-hmm. And CBC said, and Mr. Gabbard said, hell, okay.
Not so fast.
I'm here as well, too.
Bang.
Came back. Pow.
Touchdown.
I
love to see greatness. And CBC spews greatness, man.
And I'm going to say this right now. Brian Bradford was toting that thing.
Bang, 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 bang.
I'm talking about he was toting that thing. It got to the point, me and Dorian, we standing next to each other. Even the St. John's players, during the play, after a play, they had to acknowledge, oh, you breathe.
Yeah. My man is the defensive end, number 33 for St. John, came down the line and smacked my man and Brian Bradford, and he came with it like, boom, I'm here. Knocked him on his butt. The dude got back up and was like, oh yeah,
we in for a battle.
And I smacked him on the rear end and like, hey, we here.
Mm-hmm.
We here. This is us.
And that's when I knew, oh, okay, we in for a treat today.
So, long story short, the game ended 59-49.
CBC stayed on all 10.
Look, I'm going to tell you, it was one play where St. John scored a touchdown. CBC made a heck of a play, deflected the ball, went right to another St. John player and scored.
It was a freak
play.
That's 7 points.
That's 7 points right there.
I will say the deciding factor, I think, that play, and then CBC also gave up a touchdown right before halftime with 48 seconds.
That was a killer.
And that hurt them
that
because
was a killer.
Now you're playing. But that's 14 points that could have swung the other way. So, but other than that,
it was solid. So shout out to CBC, shout out to St. John. They're real. But we got a guest to get to.
A guest, a guy that has helped mentor me through this media game, and I appreciate him. What's his name?
Jim Powers.
Or as they say on Fox 2 when he's always called in, they call him Jumping Jim Powers. Jumping Jim. Let's bring him on, baby.
Welcome to the show, Jim.
We are here with Jim Powers. He is on High School Sports Caravan and Fox 2 on Friday night for Friday Night Football. How you doing, Jim?
I'm well. How are you guys today?
We're doing pretty good. I have Dorian Brown also with me.
How you doing, Jim?
Good.
I seen you Friday night. You were at Marquette for the matchup against Fox. Fox pulled out the victory. How did they look?
You know what? For that Fox program, that was a signature win for them. They've been under the radar for the early part of the season and really started catching a little bit of traction over the last couple weeks. And to go into Marquette on homecoming for the Mustangs and to battle back and get a come from behind victory was really impressive. They do a lot of the little things, really, really well. They're not fancy. They run the ball, and you don't see them pass very often, but they've got a great quarterback, a big-time fullback that, he is just really, really good. But I think it starts and stops with them up front. Their offensive line is absolutely terrific, and they can move people around. So really, really impressed with Fox. Marquette, another team on the rise. Lost to Kirkwood earlier this year. This isn't a bad loss for the Mustangs. They're very talented as well. They do a lot of great things offensively. They run no huddle. They get to the line of scrimmage. They try to snap the ball within 10 seconds. Of getting to the line of scrimmage, and defensively they're really, really good too. They cause turnovers all over the place. But it was just a night where Fox took care of their business and really, really played a fantastic game.
Wow.
Jim, me and Dorian, we were able to go over to see CBC versus St. John yesterday. And we were talking to a couple coaches about measurables, and I see that that's a big part of college football now. Do you think that Gabbert, do you think he should be able to defeat the odds and measurables shouldn't be a factor in his situation and maybe get an offer from Missouri, Illinois? I was curious on your thoughts about that.
Well, he's in a perfect offense at CBC, and I think he's already burbled, I believe, to Miami of Ohio.
He did.
And I think he fits into that offense extremely well. I'm not a big guy when it comes to, quarterbacks, with size. I think a lot more of it has to do with arm strength and really what's between the ears. And Gabbert is, an extremely intelligent quarterback, reads defenses extremely well. He puts his receivers and running backs in very good position to succeed. And he does that by when the offense and Scott Pingle has him running. And the cool thing is they've really opened up the playbook this year. You can see last year a little bit, they were kind of holding back offensively. They still win the state championship. This year, you're kind of seeing them open up that playbook a little bit more, let Gabbert do some more things, and he's really, really succeeding. That game yesterday, CBC loses, but you got to remember, this team from Washington, D.C. that they played is number 4 in the USA Today. They've beaten Modern Day already this season. They've got 11 Division I kids.
Yeah, very talented.
CBC, in my mind yesterday, put an exclamation point that they are the best team in the state of Missouri, any class or not. And really, I think, they're definitely right now unless something drastically happens, they're going to make it to Columbia. But, they've got a tough road. They've got to play Vianney this week. Then you got to play Rockford.
Yeah.
And, you got to take care of your business in those 2 games. But, boy, I was impressed with CBC yesterday once again.
Jim, you go to plenty of high schools every weekend. Tell us, who is your favorite team to watch, and who's the best athlete you've seen this far?
Wow, what a loaded question that was. And, right now, honestly, I think Trinity is so much fun to watch, because offensively they've got so many different things that they can do to you. We saw what they did to Lutheran St. Charles the other night, 75-15. They played Colquitt County early in the year. They go toe-to-toe with East St. Louis. They're just a fun group to watch. Best athletes, There's a couple out there. Obviously, Williams, the quarterback at Trinity,
Yes.
is just a tremendous athlete. A kid that's not getting a lot of pub, but I really think he deserves it, is Vito Orlando over at Lutheran South. He's got a great skill set, does a lot of great things offensively. They've kind of fallen a little bit loose at 3 straight, but he is just a really, really good quarterback, and he's very athletic as well. Those two quarterback-wise, but I think, just a freak athlete right now, it's got to be Brian Bradford from CBC. He is just a beast at the running back position, and gosh, he's tough to bring down.
Last week we had David Quidall on, and now we got you on. I was curious. I asked Dave last week about who he thought was the best Class 2 team that could contend for state. So I'm going to ask you this week, who do you think is your Class 3 team that in St. Louis that can contend for a state championship?
Trinity. Right now, it's Trinity and Odessa. They've been split the votes all year. I know in the early season after Trinity was 0-2, a lot of people, and I will say this, including myself, kind of struggled with putting Trinity in the number 1 slot, in Class 3. But I think as the season started to continue on, and we've seen what Trinity is all about, which we know, they're right there. They're splitting the votes with Odessa. I think Trinity makes it. That district final with Devin Ritter is going to be fantastic, but I don't think Ritter has the weapons that Trinity does. So Trinity absolutely is going to make it through, and I'm really looking forward to a match between them and Odessa in the state championship if that's what happens.
Yeah, that'll be a very, very good matchup. Last but not least, where are you headed next week, and what is the one game you're looking forward to from now to the end of the year?
Well, I tell you what, I think right now, looks like CBC Vianney next week. That's going to be for the MCC Crown down at Vianney on Friday night. So it's going to be a packed house. 2 of the top teams in the state and also in the area. So going to head there. The game that I'm looking forward to, and you guys are probably going to laugh at me when I say this, I'm looking forward to Fox and Segment in 2 weeks. With Segment, they conceivably could be 6-1 going into that game. Fox could be 7-0 going into that game. Can you imagine the crowd they're going to have down at Segment when that happens? And talking to some people at the game Friday night, it's really great to see, Fox, Segment, Northwest, the Jefferson County teams having success. Because sometimes we get locked into our box here, up here in the metro area, and we kind of forget that there's really good athletes down in Jefferson County. And this year, it's really neat to see that those kids are performing at a high level, playing extremely well. And that Fox Segment game in a couple weeks is going to be a lot of fun.
Jim, I want to appreciate you for coming on. Most people don't know, so I feel like it's my duty to let them know you were the first person that ever gave me a start with the high school sports Caravan as an intern writer. So to be able to have you on and now to be able to talk to you, and I appreciate you always for what you've done for me, and I look forward to continue to always watch you be the best that you've been.
No problem, and believe me, seeing the work you guys are doing, it's unbelievable stuff. There's great high school coverage right now, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of it. It's a lot of fun to have you guys out there on Friday and Saturdays, really promoting the kids, because that's what we do it for, and that's what it's all about. So thank you for the kind words, but you guys do a great job as well.
We greatly appreciate that.
No problem. Thanks so much for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you soon.
All righty.
Big shout out to Jim Powers. We really appreciate you for coming on the show. But we have another guest. We have 2 guests today. 2 guests shorty. 2 guests shorty.
My man. My boy since we were 6 years old, played on the same JFL football team. Shout out to Coach Kevin Bland for helping raise us. Colgate's finest right now.
A scholar and an athlete.
Yes, sir. His name is Nick Wheeler. You ready to bring him on, man?
Let's do it.
Let's get it. We're here with Nick Wheeler, defensive lineman of Colgate. How you doing, Nick?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Tyler?
Pretty good. I'm also here with Dorian as well, too.
Hey, how you doing, Nick? I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Nick, if people don't know, on the season right now, you have 21 tackles, seven and a half tackles for loss, and you also have 4 sacks to go along with that. How's the season been going for you, would you say?
Season's going good, playing real physical as a team, just trying to dominate the run game, dominate the pass game, just be a really great defense.
How do you balance your football and your schoolwork? You're at Colgate, which is known to be a highly educated school. What would you tell kids in high school to look forward to?
Just being able to have a balance. Just knowing that when you aren't on the football field, you are in the meeting room or in the weight room, you have to dedicate all the other time to academic schoolwork, papers, whatever you have to do academically. So whenever you are on the field, just dedicating that and just being in the books.
And Nick, in the beginning of the season, you were named preseason All-American for the 3rd team. How did that make you feel, and how has that motivated you so far?
Honestly, I don't really think about stuff like that, especially during the preseason, because the work is yet to be done. This is recognition from last year. So thinking about it like that, I don't really think about preseason awards. Like I said, it's nice to get them, but at the end of the day, it's not the work that's been put in yet. The work that has to be put in has to be put in on the field during the 10 to 11 games that we get throughout the year.
For people that don't know, you went to CBC and you're from St. Louis. Me and you actually played on the same JFL football team back in the day. But you were able to capture a state championship at CBC. How have you been able to bring that championship mindset to Colgate into some of your teammates as well?
Just battling everything in practice. At CBC, we had GATA, sessions where it was ones versus ones, and it was just bringing the high intensity every single practice and just battling every single practice. So just having that mindset here, just knowing whether it's against the ones or against the scout team, just knowing that we have to battle each and every day.
And if I just have maybe like 2 more questions, but I was also curious, for the athletes that don't know, what's the difference between high school football and college football and the preparation and practices and things like that?
College football is a full-time job. It is 100% a full-time job. Like I said, when you're not on the field in practice, you're in the weight room, in the rooms, in the playbook, watching film. And then when you're not doing none of that, you're in the books, studying, doing homework, reading, preparing for exams, even while you're traveling. Like, travel is long. Some people might be tired from traveling, but it's a full-time job. Versus in high school, you can finish school, go to practice, and then probably relax and then do homework. So that's just the difference.
And finally, this is my last question for you. Can you please just, if you have anything, final words to say to the St. Louis athletes out there, any motivating thing or anything, what are your thoughts for what we have to do to try to build up the St. Louis community?
Just being from St. Louis, man, you just have to grind. That's really the big thing. Your moment will come, your opportunity will come. If you just work hard, put in the hours behind doors in the dark, and the coaches will take notice. If you just put in all the hard work, people will notice, and then, the offers start to come through, and then the interest will start to come through. So whatever you do, just keep your mind focused on you, and just put in all the work that you can.
That's an excellent message, Nick. I thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you. Get the treatment, get back out there on the field, and keep dominating, doing your thing.
We appreciate you, Nick.
Thanks for having me.
And continue to represent St. Louis well, man.
All right, thank you.
It was a pleasure having Nick on, being able to talk to him, and got a good head on his shoulders.
We actually got a player on.
College.
From the Lou. 315. Bang, bang.
But without further ado, let's get into our predictions.
Predictions, game of the weeks.
We both 19-7 right now.
Yeah, we're going at it, man. We only picking 3 games this week,
Just to
so
help.
I need all these.
Okay. Let's go with Lafayette versus Parkway North. Lafayette comes in at 3-3. Parkway North is in at 2-4. Who you got?
Parkway North just came off a tough loss against Ladue. I like Parkway North to beat Lafayette by a couple touchdowns.
No way. Let me get Lafayette today. Nah, I'm just fine. Let me get Lafayette though.
Lafayette?
Yes, sir.
Lafayette.
Okay.
Your final answer.
Lafayette. Lock it in. Nail it, seal it, yeah.
Next game we have is we going outside of St. Louis this time. We're going Columbia versus KC. Battle versus Rockhurst. 2 private programs. Who
The reason that this
do
is-
you like?
Games are interesting. We got Battle at 4-2. They play Jeff City the following week, and they beat SLU week 1. We got Rockhurst coming in at 5-1. Lost game number 1 to Rockbridge. They play CBC the following week. Give me Rockhurst. Who do you have?
I'm gonna pick Rockhurst as well.
Copycat.
Hey, you just went first. That's all that happened.
Okay.
Game of the week.
We have Eureka, the Wildcats. We have Kirkwood, the Pioneers. We have Coach Sumner versus his mentor.
Who you like, man? No, first of all, the matchup.
Okay.
We got Kirkwood, Cooper Wise, the QB.
Let me give you some stats.
Just give me a little something.
I got Kirkwood at 5-1. Cooper Wise, 86-37.
Bang, bang.
1,255 yards.
Wow.
16 touchdowns.
Say it
1
again.
interception. Then I got Mr. Mazuka, Maurice Massey. Yeah.
Wow.
34 catches, 530 yards, 7 TDs. And we got Jarius Macklin. Yeah, 24 catches, 396 yards, 4 touchdowns. Then we got another Mizzou commit, Orville Ferguson.
Big man.
37 tackles and 5 sacks.
Wow.
And then we have Eureka,
And what they doing?
6-0. Carter Davis, young fella, 65-97, 998 yards, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Running back, Jalen Sanders, 60 carries, 476 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7.9 yards a carry. Bang, bang. Then we got 2 sport athlete, tight end for Eureka, Avery Taggart, 25 catches, 341 yards, 13.6 yards a catch, 8 touchdowns.
And the Lord said you got to rise up. Shout out to Suicide Scott.
Yeah, and that's our game of the week. Who you got?
Man. I just want to testify. I like Kirkwood. I like Kirkwood. I don't think Eureka got enough firepower. So Kirkwood by a couple touchdowns.
Okay. I did forget to mention a kid. Antonio Sanders is going to be following Maurice Massey all game long. I think that'll be intriguing. But with that being said, I'm back. Give me Kirkwood. Got 2 touchdowns.
And you've been taken to church.
Woo!
The elite Mount Carmel Baptist on the rock. Hold your music. Sanctified Baptist Church. Woo! On the real tip, we have a blast with y'all. The tip of the day is learn to be patient, but not stagnant. It's a fine line.
And I think that's kind of cool that you said to learn to be patient, because I think CBC, they waited, and when their time came, they rose to the occasion. Even though they didn't get the W, but they rose to the occasion.
not always gonna win in life. It's gonna happen.
But as long as you're ready.
But as long as you're ready and you up for the occasion, you can do anything.
Yep.
I am Dorian Brown.
My name is T. Coleman Guwap. No, I'm just playing Tyler Cole.
Preacher Cole. And this is the Elite Report, man. We out.
Week 7, we out.
Thanks for tuning in to the Elite